going very, very well. You know, one of the things a lot of people ask is, well, what's going to happen as far as when we're going to start seeing the real numbers and when we're going to get paid? That's always the big question. When do we get paid? Well, guys, what's happening is we ended up taking a lot more information from the field because we wanted to make sure, because once we switch this over to the new platform once and for all, everything's carved in stone. And so we wanted to make sure we gave everybody an opportunity to respond and let us know if there's anything that they thought might be out of place or wrong. Yeah, it was interesting enough. Most of the time it was just not maybe really having a full understanding of what was going to happen with this new platform. But there were a few things because we're working from an old database and having to move it into what we're doing going forward. And obviously, anytime you do that, there are some glitches and some issues. And so we've been fixing those few things. And we are very, very close. We're actually spending the weekend. I say we. I should say all the people that work here at the Good Life are spending the weekend, again, making sure that everything is right. Because once we do this, I mean, we are live forever. And guys, I can tell you right now, we are so close to having everything exactly the way it needs to be. And I want you to keep in mind, you know, it's not like something's not working with the platform. The platform's working beautifully. As a matter of fact, I think we've mentioned this several times, but put this in perspective. We've actually tested this platform with over 300 million users. That's a lot of users. And so, you know, it worked flawlessly. And so what I'm going to be doing tonight is I'm going to be sharing with you, you know, how this new team tree works, how you're getting paid. Obviously, there's a lot of other things we're going to be covering tonight. I've got a long list of stuff. We're going to be talking a little bit about the new digital cards, what we're doing there. I'm going to be talking about, actually, we'll talk about the cruise here in a second. I'm going to be talking about an amazing event we're going to do on Sunday with one of our travel providers. So we got a lot to cover, so I want to get into this. But to finish my initial conversation, guys, everything's coming off beautifully. This weekend, we'll finish everything. We'll go live with the real numbers, probably Monday or Tuesday at the latest. Wednesday could be, but I think it's going to be the first part of the week. It doesn't matter. Even with everything we're doing, switching this unbelievable platform to a new platform, we're still going to be able to get our commission checks out before the 10th. Now, going forward, because of this amazing platform, you're probably going to start seeing them coming even earlier than that. You'll start seeing them on the 4th or 5th of every month, you know, following the close of the previous month. But this one, we might have to stretch it to 10th just because it's all new. But after that, we'll be back on a very, very fast track. And again, one of the reasons we took this time to do it is that, look, we built this company with the idea, and again, when you look at the owners in the company, myself and my other partners, we're not young kids anymore. You know, even though I've been in this industry for 45 plus years, you know, I look at things differently. I mean, hopefully as you get older, you get a little wiser. And so for me, every decision we make has to be made with the idea that, is this going to give us the ability to be in business 20, 30 years from now? Because if we're not looking at it that way with the big picture, then all we're really doing is fooling ourselves and fooling you. And we're not doing that. We really are taking the time to build something that's really spectacular. I mean, when you start seeing what this platform will do and the content and the information you're going to have and the ability to grow your business and to be able to share the most amazing compensation plan and, of course, all the things we're doing with the VIP club cards, there's not a better business in America. And so it's an exciting time. And so right now I'm going to take a little time to do a little of the fundamental things I think are very, very important. John, before I begin, I want to make sure that I'm actually...
And do tech stuff.
Yeah, we'll do a little tech stuff here. I want to make sure I've got the screen up here because it looks like it's here already.
Let's make sure of everything.
They don't let me fool with buttons. I don't know why. I mean, I really think I can do this, but they don't let me. All right, guys, let's start with, I want to give you guys a little bit, a demo of the team tree. And after I do that, I'm going to announce the winner of the cruise. I was going to do that first. I'm going to do this team tree now because it's up here. I'm excited to share this with you. This will actually be something that will be in your back office that you'll be able to use yourself as a tool to show people how this whole concept of team trees works and how it builds. But I'm going to show it to you right now and show you how simple it really is. If you take right now and you're looking at your screen, you see that system demo, person. That's you. Just imagine that's you right now. And you're starting from ground zero, right? You've got nobody in your organization. You're just there by yourself, and you're ready to start building your Good Life business, okay? So you go out, and you put in the first person. Let's see what happens. Well, when you put in that first person, you'll notice that they come down here in the bottom. You'll see it comes in right here. It comes in on your left side, and it's one of your qualifiers, right? Because it takes two people. You know, you're starting from a full position now, not as a team, but from a full position. And so you put in somebody, and you see right there, it's, you know, you're the enroller, number one, and you put in the first person. Now, you get ready to put in your second person. What's going to happen? We're just going to keep building this for a second because I want to make sure everybody follows it. Now, this is what's happening, by the way, automatically. You don't ever have to do any of this. This will happen from now for the next 30, 40, 50 years. Every time somebody joins a Good Life, this system will automatically do this for you. So all you have to do, you don't even have to understand it, but it's kind of cool if you do, because then you can share with people what the possibilities are here. So let's take a look. You've now put in your second person, right? You see it's enrolled by you, number one, because you're number one, right? You've got two people. Now, if you were to go to put in your third person, if you know how this compensation plan works, the team tree works, what should happen? It should be a team tree, right? So let's see what happens. Let's say you put in your third person now, and that's why we're highlighting you. You put in your third person. It's actually building a tree for you. Look what happens. You have now put in your third person. This is you, right here. And this is your team, you know, your team partner right there that you've got in your organization now. So now you've got your first team tree, right? So you've got your two full positions. You got your first team tree. Well, you know, after this, it's very simple. What happens? After you build your first team tree, the very first thing that happens is what? You build, and it should come up here on your left-hand side, you're going to build your first qualifier for that team tree, correct? Now look what the system does. And again, this is, you can, once you have this in your back, you can play with this all you want. You can, and I'm going to show you in a minute how we're going to get really crazy with it. But look what happens. Here you are. Here's your first two. There's your first team tree. This is your qualifier. Again, put in by you. I'm only showing you building, nobody else, right? Only you right now building. So now you've got, you know, your first, you know, team tree. What should happen next? Well, if the system's working right, and you've got your qualifier here, it's going to put in another team tree. Well, also what the system does is it gives you a balanced fill. So what it will do is it'll put your team tree, it should fall into this spot right here, this gray spot that's empty, number 6. That's where your next team tree should go. So let's see what happens. If it doesn't, then it's not programming right. Yep, there it is. Okay, so now you see what's happened. You've got two team trees, right? One over here on the left, one over here on the right. Again, let's just stay with you. Now you're going to put in another person. All right, let's make it. There you are, highlighted again. You put in somebody else. What would it do? Well, same thing. Just like you did over here where you had a qualifier, now you've got your first qualifier here. So look what's happened, guys. This thing is just building automatically and filling. And again, remember, if you look at all this, who's the enroller of everybody? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Of course, it's you. Now, that's not what's going to happen because everybody else is going to get in the mix. But I want to just take it just a couple more very quickly, and then we're going to start putting other people into the mix and see what happens. All right, so now you get your next person. What happens? Same thing, because you've already got your qualifier. Now it comes over this side. It puts in your third team tree. You see what's happening? What's going to happen next, guys? Pretty simple. What are you going to get? You're going to get a qualifier on that team tree. There it is. Now you got your qualifier on your third team tree. Now you're going to go again. What's it going to do? It's going to build you another team tree. Where's it going to fall? Well, let's see. What's the first open spot in your organization at the highest level balance? Well, I guess it's going to be right there at number 7. So let's see what happens. Click it, and there it is. Okay. So you can see how this thing starts to fill automatically. Now let's bring a few other people in the loop and see what happens with them. Okay. And then after that, you can see how simple this is. And so what this does is allows you to be able to look at your organization and show anybody by the color codes, okay, you know, these are my full positions, these are my team trees, these 3 right here are my qualifiers. And remember, guys, that what you've actually done here in this little example, you sit right here. So you've got a 2x20 that you're getting paid on, right? Everybody that joins in that organization in that 2x20, which can be up to 2 million people, you get paid on. But you also have 1, 2, 3, 4 team trees that you're also earning income from. You're earning 50%, or it could be more depending on who does the most work between you and the person here, of another 2x20. This represents this one here, another 2x20. This team tree, another 2x20. This team tree, another 2x20. And the beauty of it is, think about how this works. This is what's so crazy about this. This person right here, whoever it is, creates CV. But since you've got this team tree, you're getting paid on that person's CV. And a lot of people I don't quite get this, I think sometimes. You're getting paid on this person, Scott, right here. You're getting paid on him here, and you're getting paid on him here. Now, imagine if you had 50 team trees or 100 team trees or 200 team trees, like a lot of you are working towards, you can imagine what this is going to mean as this thing gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And we're not even talking about the quick pay. We're not talking about the legacy tree tonight. We're just talking about the team tree concept, which is, again, it's the first in the industry, guys. Everything we're doing is a first. The team tree, the legacy tree, the quick pay, of course, the VIP club car, they're all first. I mean, when you put that in perspective, and that's what keeps me so excited. I look at this and go, this is the coolest company ever. It's so unique and so different, and we're building a platform that's so robust. If we put 1 million people in tomorrow, just like we've already tested it, it'll handle it. No matter what we do, it's going to handle it. So now let's put in a couple other people real quick, and then we got a lot of other things to cover. But this is just so much fun to play with too. All right, so let's take somebody. I don't care. Let's take. Let's pull this guy right here. Okay, he's now sitting there as an individual, right? And he wants to put in his first person, this Brett Flynn. All right. So let's highlight what's going to happen. It'll be obviously his first person. It's going to fall underneath, right? This is just another IBO. To you, it's just another IBO, but to him, it's his first qualifier. Now let's say he puts in somebody else, all right? It should come over here in the 21 position, over here on the right. There it goes. Now he's got his 2. Now Brett's got his 2 qualifiers. These are just other IBOs to you that you're getting paid on. You're loving it. Now Brett decides, okay, I'm going to put in my 3rd person. What's going to happen? It will be a team tree that's going to fall over here. Let's see if it does. Come on, Brett. Let's get quick. Should fall over there. Look, there it goes. So now there's Brett. He's got his first team count. And look how it shows on your side. It shows as other IBO teams. The green ones are your IBO teams. All the colors here are other IBO teams, but they're still making you money. You're still getting paid on all these people and all the people they put in, all the people they put in through the 20 pay lines. So you can see how this thing works, guys. It works flawless. You can play with it. You could build this out to 10,000 if you wanted by yourself, but you get the idea. It's simple. It works automatically. If you don't ever even look at this, I mean, we've got people like probably one of the top guys in the company, Hal. I'm not sure he'll ever look at this. He just goes out and puts people in. He knows it just fills in places, and he's got 50 or 60 teams. He doesn't care. He's just going to build the teams. And you can do it that way. I know a lot of people are very analytical. They like to look at this stuff. And I'm kind of in the middle of the road guy. I kind of like both. I like to kind of say, well, let me see what's happening next. Where'd that guy go? How's it working? How's it building? But the beauty of this is now you're going to be able to see every person in your organization. You're going to see where they sit. You're going to see how much dollars they're creating. And that's what's going to make this platform amazing. When you start seeing the real dollars, because remember, right now when you're looking at the dollars in your back office, you're not seeing, you're not seeing it you're not seeing it in your back office, but you're going to be starting next week. John, I want to go back to full screen here for just a second before I go into these next things. So just stop share here, I think I got it. Okay, back full screen. All right. So we've talked about the team trees and how that works. That's pretty cool. And again, you'll have this in your back office here in a matter. I don't know. John's over here the side week. I mean, it's already done. When will we make that available, John? 2 weeks tops. Okay, 2 weeks tops. You'll have that little tool back there to play with. All right. So that's the team trees. Now, the other things I want to talk about, I got a lot of stuff to cover, is first the cruise. I forgot that. That was my first topic. Remember we had this little contest and who won that other half a cabin? They wanted to have that half a cabin, and we said we'd pay their airline fare as well. Well, we had a bunch of people went for it. We actually had 5 people that tied. Okay, so the only thing we needed to do is obviously we just had to draw straws. So we put the 5 people into the hat, drew the straw, picked the winner. Now, if he can't go, we'll be contacting that individual tomorrow. If he can't go, we're going to take the remaining 4, put them in the hat, draw it again until we get somebody that can actually go. Because the person that gets to go on this trip gets to go to Cuba with us. They got a cabin. They got their airfare paid for. So the person that actually won, who we pulled from the hat, was Dr. Skip Van Gordon. So, Skip, if you're on here tonight, you're the lucky winner of the cruise, and we'll be calling you tomorrow to give you the details. And if for some reason you can't go, we'll pass it on to somebody that can. So thank you, Skip, for participating and making things happen. And, guys, we're going to be doing a lot of this going forward. I mean, I love contests and incentives. And once we get past this whole thing with the platform and everything's working the way we want it to work, we're going to start having a lot of fun with all types of cool stuff. So that's the Cuba cruise. And by the way, for those of you that are still thinking about going, if you can go, this is going to be historic. I mean, it really will be. Just the fact of going to Cuba is going to be amazing. But to be able to go on the first trip with all the Good Life folks and the leaders and the owners, I just think it's going to be an amazing trip and memory that you'll always have. And I know I have people that I talk to still about Days in Slender now. We go back 40 years and they still talk about those trips. So if you can come, make it happen. All right. Now, next thing, I'm going to talk about what we're doing right now with the actual platform itself. I got to show you, and this is pretty cool, that we've got two things that are happening right now that I think are very, 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 very neat. I mean, you already know about, the fact that it's tested, it's working. We're going to go live, and you'll see the real numbers next week. You'll get paid next week. All those things are happening. But here's a couple cool things you don't know. And let me show you a little screen share here. Let me see if I can find this right now. Okay, it's right here. Here we go. First, all right. Hold on. Is that coming up, John? Share screen. Wait a minute. Let me see. Oh, there it is. I got it. Let's see, who says I can't do this technical stuff? Hey, come on. This is not that hard. All right. Take a look at this. If you haven't seen this, this is pretty, pretty cool. This is our Goodlife Global Pay Solution. It's done. It's implemented. It's in place. And these our own branded cards I guess they're being sent out in about a week. They're in the mail. Oh, they're already in the mail. I didn't know that. I thought it was about a week from now. I guess those that have already switched over to the Goodlife Global Pay Solution, they're on the way to you. Here's the cool thing about what we're going to be doing with this. This is going to allow you to do things we can't do with typical checking accounts and ACHs and wires and some of the other ways. We move those money to those ways. But with this, number one, when we get ready to pay everybody, it's instant. I mean, the day when we say pay, your money's in your bank account. I don't care where in the world you are. When we say pay, it's in your bank account. And that's going to be pretty cool. And we're going to be able to use this card on a global basis. Plus, it's going to be a great tool you can talk about when you're out there, talking about the business with people and you're sharing this thing and you've got this global pay solution and you can use it. I mean, use it just like a debit card, of course, as long as you got the money's in the account. And if you're using it for your business, you should have a lot of money in your account. So that's number one. That's in place. It's implemented. It's happening. If you haven't switched over to it, go to your back office, take a look, think about switching over. In the long run, it's going to, the actual monthly fees you pay for your checks and that kind of stuff, this is so much less, and it has so many advantages. You've heard Matt talking about it in the last couple of weeks, and we'll be talking more and more and sending out more and more information so everybody understands just how many things that you can do with this card besides receive your money instantly. All right, so that's number one. Secondly, I think I have a slide here. Yeah, all right. Okay. Guys, one of the things that we implemented with this new platform, and I don't think anybody's using it yet, and they should be, is we've got a way for you to use digital cards. And it's the coolest thing in the world. All you've got to do is right now, if you went to your website, you'll just see this. And when somebody goes to your website, they can either go in and get their membership, or they can go in, they can build a business. But here's what you can really do. In addition to that, if you go to your back office, and you go to, and you see this, just go in your back office. I messed it up there. Let me get back to it. And you look at the bottom of the screen here. It says, allow visitors to request VIP codes. If you check yes, and you need to, here's what's going to happen. Once you do that, and you go back to that screen I just showed you, it now looks like this. So when somebody comes to your website, they're going to see three ways that they can do something. They can either, of course, take the private membership and the savings. They can enroll to build a business. But here's a cool thing. And this is so neat. If you're out talking to anybody and you just say, hey, we got this amazing VIP club card. It's free. You'll save, hundreds of dollars on hotels anywhere in the world. All you've got to do is try it. I give it to you free. Guess what happens? You just send them to your website, whatever the name of your website, Goodlife USA /Betty, whatever it is. You send them there. When they go there and say, when you go there, just click the blue button. They go in here and they click this. Guess what happens? You didn't have to do anything. It instantly assigns them and gives them, they don't do anything but put in their email address. It sends them a digital card. And they're ready to go out and use it. They can use it instantly. Now, here's the cool part. They're already online. They just received their digital card. They'll probably click on it and activate it. Next thing you know, they're booking a hotel, and they're out there using it. And I got to tell you guys, this is such a powerful, powerful tool because you can do this with everybody. Just anybody who's in your website, just go to the blue bar. Just try it. I got to tell you, sometimes we're doing a big call on Sunday. really training about the VIP club card and the hotel and the savings and stuff. I use it all the time. I'm getting away this weekend, and I'm going down to Key Largo for a couple of days, and I just want to put this in perspective. Sometimes everybody gets hung up on, well, I want to have a bigger discount, bigger discount. It's not the size of the discount. It's the fact that you will always save. For example, when I go down there, it's a busy time right now. Not a lot of hotels are available. But I still got a hotel, and I saved basically $29. It was $29 a night for 2 nights. Well, how much is that? That's almost $60 that I saved. So think about this, and you got to put this in perspective. I go down, I'm happy. I just saved $60. Best deal I can get anywhere. I saved $60. But think what happens. Whoever gave me that card just earned $30, right? Whoever handed me that card earned $30. In addition to that, whoever handed that person the card or their first upline made what? $7.50. In addition to that, $7.50 of CV, real dollars, went into the legacy tree and the team tree. This happens every time a card is used. I sometimes think, again, everybody lose a little perspective. It's a free card. I got to go back to full screen here. Let me do this real quick. I got to get this last little message in tonight. Guys, it's a free card. It saves you money every time. And when occasionally it does not, and we all get frustrated when it doesn't, guess what? We have the 110% price guarantee. So it will save you. I mean, it actually every time saves money. Now, sometimes the savings aren't what we all like, but I went through that with everybody because the one thing we are is totally transparent. And I've shared this with everybody out there, share it with leaders, share it with individuals, share it with everybody. Guys, there's only so much margin in every hotel room. We pay out more than anybody out there. We take out of every dollar of margin that's available. You, the IBOs, get that either in the form of the savings that the member gets or that's paid to the IBOs. Just like that example I just used. On that $60 I saved, somebody else got $30, somebody else got $7.50, and a whole bunch of you got $7.50 put in the tree at your payment. Put that in perspective every time. We're at a rate right now where we're going to have literally, we got close to, I think, almost 100,000 activations, and they're activating more and more. The climb on the activations is going higher and higher and higher. And guys, we haven't even started any campaigns to reach out to people and start dripping on them, let them know special deals, special things going on. Have you used the card? Have you tested the card? Have you seen these videos? We're going to be doing all those things once we get the site launched. So now the activity is going to get higher and higher. But the point is, it's free. That's what I love. It's free. It's no money. It's free. You hand it to somebody, they use it, they save money, you make money, so does everybody else. And when you take that and couple it with our membership package, our compensation plan we're talking about now. Guys, if you can find a better business, please call me and tell me about it. I'd like to know of one business in America that is better than what we're doing right here in Goodlife USA. I'd like to see it. I don't think it exists. I don't think anything's ever existed like this. That's why we've grown the way we've grown. We're going to continue to grow. Now with this platform getting out there and being launched, now with the digital program coming in place, and a whole bunch of other things that are getting ready to happen. I'm going to be talking to the leaders tonight. Matter of fact, I'm doing a special call tonight with a group of leaders to talk about some of the new things that we're getting ready to come out with in the coming months. So guys, I just want to close with one last thing, and this is it. What? I can't close?
Late breaking
news.
And mention the Jen call.
Oh, yeah, I need to do that. Yeah, okay. It's a good thing John is in the background, okay? Because, we do this live right now. We're doing this one live. Sometimes we tape it, we can edit. I'm doing this one live, so there is no editing. So late breaking, you forgot to mention. Very important. Obviously, for everybody who wants to know more about the hotel program. And by the way, this thing will probably get overloaded, and you probably will have trouble getting on. So if you're going to do it, you better get on early. Don't forget, on Sunday, let me check with the time here, at 4:30 on Sunday, 4:30 Eastern time, and you got to get there. It's goodlifeiboevents.com. So that's for the. They need to register there. Go to goodlifeiboevents.com. Goodlifeiboevents.com to register, and then be on this call. What you're going to get is a guy that's been in the industry his almost his entire life. He knows more about travel. Every time I sit with him, I'm so fascinated because he can give me every little detail, every little nuance about what happens in the world of hotels, how it's priced, why it's priced, how they play games, how you really determine if you're getting the real deal or not, how you know if you're getting the gotcha where they promise you one thing and give you something else. You're going to get to see all this in detail. And we love it because we love that transparency. So make sure you take advantage of that. That's this Sunday, and we'll be putting out an email about it as well, just as a reminder. Last thing, this is just minor, but I thought I might throw this in for everybody. Guys, you know we launched Canada, right? And it's growing nicely. But guess what else is happening? We're not stopping there. Oh, by the way, as we open these other countries, is there a thing called a legacy trees you're going to benefit from? Yeah, I think there is. Well, guess what's happening next? Right now, the two countries that are, the total focus that we're working on right now to get done are the Philippines and Mexico. We're actually going to let the leaders and the people that are on this cruise know what those dates are, but it's not that far off. So when we launch those two countries next, the Philippines and Mexico, with everything else we're doing, guys, it's going to be an exciting summer and an exciting year. So with that, I'm going to say good night. I'll be joining all of you leaders at 9 o'clock Eastern time here in just a few minutes, and we got some cool stuff to share with you guys. So thanks, everybody, for being here. We really appreciate you being a part of the Good Life, but you know what? We're just beginning. I mean, I hope you guys have the same vision and dream that I do. I see this as a billion-dollar business worldwide, and that those of you that have gotten involved at this point, you're going to have organizations all over the world. You're going to be making money from all over the world, and we're not going to stop, and we're just going to keep growing and growing and doing this and getting it better and better. One thing I can say about this company and the people that are involved in it, nobody is ever satisfied. I don't care how good it gets. When everybody tells us it's the greatest thing, which, by the way, not everybody's saying that yet. One day they will. We're still going to be working to make it better. So with that, I'll say good night. Thanks for being here. Good night, everybody.